The Shakespeare Conspiracy. William Shakespeare ticks all the boxes in terms of a conspiracy theory candidate. First off, little is known about him, and secondly, he is a world-renowned figure. Therefore, people will postulate ideas to fill in gaps which there is no proof of, yet which could account for many unaccounted questions about William Shakespeare. These ideas grow into theories which take off, though they may have no basis in reality. The Shakespeare conspiracy theories revolve around the idea that Shakespeare himself did not write any plays. Most of them make reference to the fact that Shakespeare grew up in a poor, backward town of Stratford-upon-Avon, had no education and money, yet his plays revealed much of courtly and foreign affairs, including aristocratic sports such as hunting, fowling and tennis, and descriptions of courtly life in intimate detail. There is no documentation of Shakespeare attending any educational facility. No letters or signed documents of Shakespeare exist. His surname was actually written differently on literary and non-literary documents: Shakespeare, Shakespeare, Shakespeare's, Shakespeare, etc. The language used in Shakespeare's will is unpoetic and makes no reference to personal works or essays. And all other members of William's family were illiterate. 1. Sir Francis Bacon. There is a theory going around that the plays attributed to Shakespeare were actually written by Sir Francis Bacon. Bacon was a philosopher, essayist, and scientist and has been called the founding father of empiricism, that scientific knowledge should be based on observations deduced from external events. This eventually led to the scientific method for approaching and solving problems in today's world. Various ideas are given with regards as to why Bacon would have wanted Shakespeare to take over as a front for his plays. Some suggest that at the time being a playwright was not seen as noble or artistic and would have hindered Bacon's political and scientific career. The theory is based on the fact that many ideas appear in both Bacon's writing and Shakespeare's plays. Some even claim that memoirs and biographies allude to the fact that the plays of Shakespeare were in fact produced by Bacon. However, academics generally reject this theory. 2. Edward de Vere. This theory is known as the Oxfordian theory of Shakespeare authorship, contending that it was, in fact, Edmund de Vere who wrote the plays of Shakespeare. De Vere was the 17th Earl of Oxford. The rationale behind the theory is that Shakespeare is a pseudonym for de Vere to operate under, as at the time aristocrats did not generally publish plays or poems, and also to escape the consequences of the subject matter discussed. De Vere is rumored to have been nicknamed Spear Shaker at court and lived in the same district as Shakespeare. Shakespeare wrote a total of 37 plays and 134 sonnets. The Oxfordian theory is not well developed, with very little evidence to back it up. De Vere has mentioned in Delia Bacon's book The Philosophy of Shakespeare's Plays Unfolded, as a high-born poet, and Oxfordians believe this is enough to justify de Vere's inclusion in the Shakespearean Author Committee mentioned in the book. Despite the lack of evidence or rationality, many were on board with the Oxfordian theory. One of the major issues with the Oxfordian theory is that de Vere actually died in 1604 before 12 Shakespearean plays were actually composed. The Oxfordian response to this is that the dating of the plays is not accurate. The judges concluded that the Oxfordian theory was based on a conspiracy theory, one which typically relies on a group of people colluding together in such a way that the proof cannot be obtained. They also concluded that the reasons given for the theory were incoherent and unpersuasive. 3. Christopher Marlowe. The Marlowean theory of Shakespearean ownership indicates that Christopher Marlowe did not actually die but faked his own death and wrote his works under the pseudonym William Shakespeare. There is evidence as to why he would actually fake his own death. At the time, he was accused of converting a number of people to atheism, and this was a serious offense guaranteed to result in execution. The first time the name of Shakespeare was associated with a literary piece occurred 2 weeks after the death of Marlowe. and it is accepted that Marlowe had friends in high places who could have arranged the faked death. Thus we have a theory which fits the bill but without any evidence supporting it. The arguments against the Marlowean theory is that 16 jurors accepted the death of Christopher Marlowe as genuine and that there is no evidence of him after his death in 1593. Like all theories associated with the works of Shakespeare, there is no historical or academic record that evidences that Marlowe completed any of the works of Shakespeare. And while there is some similarity in their works, many have commented on the fact that Marlowe's style, humor, weakness, strengths, and vocabulary are completely different from Shakespeare's. The theory is like the others, considered fringe theories and highly unlikely. There is no evidence whatsoever to suggest that his death was faked. The only reason to believe it was faked is that he wrote Shakespeare. Therefore his death must have been faked, known as circular reasoning. 4. Other candidates of Shakespeare conspiracy. There are numerous other candidates for Shakespearean authorship such as Roger Manners, the 5th Earl of Rutland. While put forward in 1907 by Carl Bleibtreu, the theory did not have the same following as the Marlowean, Oxfordian or Baconian theories of Shakespearean ownership. James Greenstreet put forward William Stanley, the 6th Earl of Derby, as a candidate in 1891. A minor variant of the Oxford theory is the Prince Tudor theory, which has received less attention, where De Vere is a literary genius who becomes the lover of Queen Elizabeth. The theories that are contended have no basis in reality. Much is speculation from literary artists, who argue that the characters in the plays of Shakespeare do not fit with the personality of Shakespeare. This is obviously a very shaky branch to hang a theory off of, as it is entirely subjective and not at all verifiable. There is no concrete evidence to imply that anyone other than Shakespeare wrote his own works. Much of the theories stem from the class division, with many of the wealthy aristocratic class unable to accept that a literary genius named William Shakespeare grew up in a poor and backward district and could write exceptionally well without being educated in an establishment such as Oxford.